Tell me about the transition from graphic designer to genius designer.
I came up with basically a graphical interface that expresses time that's independent of language and independent of math.
What did it look like originally? What was the original sketch?
The original sketch was literally on a cocktail napkin from the Landmark Hotel in London. I was in London for a freelance project, and I was waiting for the client. The client was late.
Yeah.
And there was a big wall clock, and it was just that whole convergence of elements.
Right.
And being bored. And then I saw the clock, and I had this flashback to first grade, and I was thinking, well, that brought me to thinking it was really odd that there was only two modalities, and it's either an analog clock with hands,
right,
or a digital clock with numbers. My whole design process was trying to learn to design things that were intuitive interfaces. And that's all about universal communication.
How did you go from the napkin to the actual product?
Well, it was a long path, and it had some pain points on it, but yeah. I was actually possessed by the design. I had the sketch, but it seemed important. There was something about it. I couldn't forget about it. I didn't throw it away. It wasn't just like something I sketched. And when something goes well, it looks like everything is because of how my genius and my planning, and I'm not saying I'm not smart, but the happenstance and the order of things happening was also very, very important.
Happenstance, doesn't that mean like shit just happens?
That's exactly what it means. He could have just said, shit just happens.
Those were all stepping stones, but when did you say, I'm gonna do Nooka?
I knew that this was something that if I was gonna make happen, I had to make happen on my own. So when I came up with the name for Nooka, I did a branding exercise, turned the mirror on myself, and tried to come up with a name that embodied not the core values of the design studio, but the core values of Nooka, as if it was a brand, not just a watch. It's borderless, it's universal communication, it's optimism for the future, it's techno-progressivism. It's engineered to not sound like any one particular language.
That guy, he shouldn't have named his company that, I don't think, because you know what that means.
No.
Black people.
Nooka?
Yes, that's what they call each other. They call each other Nooka. They say, what's up, my Nooka?
How did you go about creating the accessory line?
Well, in my head, it's always been there. I make very little distinction between fantasy and reality. If I imagine something, it's as if it is real. But don't get any fantasies that can make you happier. I'm just as miserable as everyone else.
Are you on drugs?
No, not right now.
Matthew looks really familiar.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I feel like I've seen him somewhere.
Where, hiding under your bed?
So what are your tips for some young entrepreneurs?
So it's really about being steadfast and flexible at the same time. It's very zen, But it sounds cliche. It's to be an entrepreneur, you must believe in yourself.
Right.
It's really that simple. Talking about what you want to do is not doing it, and designing a presentation about what you want to do is not doing it.
So execute.
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 He's definitely did push-ups before that interview.
I wonder if he'd give me a hug.
You know, that hug would probably kill you.
Where do you see Nooka in the future?
In the future, I see Nooka everywhere. And right now, we're only in the accessory space, but I would love to see, my passion for futurism and techno-progressivism applied to wide ranges of different products. That said, I want to expand the existing lines. I want to go deeper with the sunglasses. I want to go deeper with the fragrance.
Nice.
I want to go deeper with the watches, deeper with the belts. I put so much energy and so much passion into articulating the brand that I feel that it's going to have a very, very long life.
I just want to wear him like a bow tie. He's so cute.
He has. Yeah, I have to say this. Matt has an excellent complexion.
Well, Matthew, thank you for being on the Menthol Show.
Oh, this was a pleasure. Thank you.